Today, we're going to break down a really remarkable story of rural transformation. It's a proven model that shows how you can turn local crops into thriving businesses. And this isn't just some theory, it's a system that has delivered incredible results, and it's even gotten attention at the very highest level.
Okay, let's just pause on that for a second. It is not every day that a local agricultural project gets a personal shout out from the Prime Minister. That alone tells you something huge is going on here. This mention of a silent revolution, well, it points to a story of exceptional impact, one that's completely changed the lives of rural entrepreneurs, especially women. So, that's the big question, isn't it? How does the work of one single institution make that kind of splash? What is the secret sauce behind this success? Well, that's what we're here to do. We're going to deconstruct the people, the process, and the absolutely profound impact of this Alappuzha model. So here's how we're going to walk through it. First, we'll meet the key players who made this all happen. Then we'll dive into their core strategy, look at the hard numbers that prove it works, and finally, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, the actual tools and licenses you'd need to do this yourself. Every great success story has its architects. And in this case, it's this amazing combination of a highly respected institution and one very, very dedicated expert. Let's meet them. So on one side, you've got ICAR-KVK Alappuzha. Now, KVK stands for Krishi Vigyan Kendra, basically a farm science center. This one's sponsored by the famous Central Plantation Crops Research Institute and was even named the best in the country, twice. And on the other side, you have Mrs. Jissy George, a subject matter specialist with a master's in food science and nutrition. She's really the engine on the ground, the one who's run over 200 training programs and personally supported so many entrepreneurs. This partnership right here is the magic ingredient. Now, what's so cool about this is that their success wasn't an accident. It's a carefully designed, repeatable blueprint. It's built to make sure that new ideas and technologies aren't just introduced and then forgotten, but that they're actually adopted by the community for the long haul. And this four-stage method is absolutely crucial. So first, they develop technologies that people actually need, things tailored to local produce like jackfruit, coconut, and bananas. Second, they do intense hands-on training, not just lectures. Third, they give direct technical help, assisting entrepreneurs with their business plans. And finally, and this is key, they offer long-term guidance to make sure these new businesses actually succeed. It's a whole ecosystem of support. And the power of that method? Well, it's not just a nice idea. The success is backed by some really incredible hard data. Let's take a look at the numbers. Through this whole support system, Mrs. George and KVK Alappuzha have helped set up over 125 new value addition enterprises. And we're not just talking about tiny side hustles. These are formal businesses creating real income and opportunity, turning local crops into high-value products sold both inside Kerala and even outside the state. Now get a load of this. Just the small-scale units, focusing on a single crop, bananas, are bringing in over 5.46 crores in revenue every year. That's more than $500,000 US. It just shows you the insane economic potential that's just sitting there in local agriculture, waiting to be unlocked. And it's not just about the money, right? The model has created 25,000 man-days of employment in rural areas every single year. That is real, sustainable, community-level impact. We're talking stable livelihoods for hundreds of families and a stronger local economy built from the ground up. Okay, so we've seen the why and the incredible results. Now let's get into the how. What practical tools do you actually need to make this happen? Well, a huge part of the KVK model is guiding people through the technology itself. Here's something that's essential to get. Turning a simple banana into a product you can sell in a store requires specific equipment. And this is where KVK Alappuzha's expertise is priceless. They provide hands-on help in picking and operating the right machinery, everything from dryers and slicers to pulverizers and packaging machines. That's how you turn a farm product into a commercial success. So you've got the method, you've got the machinery, but there's one last critical hurdle for any aspiring food entrepreneur: navigating the whole world of legal paperwork and regulations. Honestly, this is often the scariest step, the one that stops people in their tracks. But the Alappuzha model provides amazing support here too. They literally walk entrepreneurs through getting all the essential certifications, like the big FSSI food safety license, GST registration, and other permits. This way, every new business is totally compliant, professional, and ready to hit the market from day one. So let's just end with this thought. We've seen how a dedicated expert, a supportive institution, and a clear, repeatable method can build a multi-crore economy from just one crop, empowering hundreds of rural women in the process. The blueprint is right here. So the only real question left is, what silent revolution is just waiting to happen in your community?